Hello, it's Michelle, and I'm going to do something I've been meaning to do for quite some time. I am going to tell you something a little bit about me, and then I'm going to do my first book review. And so the first thing I wanted to share with you is something that you may or may not know about me. I know everybody already knows that I'm a metaphysical practitioner and I teach and I do sacred travel, but you may or may not know that I actually grew up in a bookstore. My parents, for the first 18 years of my life, both my parents had a store called the News Depot, and my mom had it then all the way until she retired. It was a small bookstore, books, magazines, random things. And so I grew up reading. I read a lot of books, and I still read. Lifelong learner, lifelong reader. And so I'm always recommending books. And so a couple of days ago, I asked, do you guys want me to share a book list? And part of this was because in my Monday Night Live, I was talking about a list of, and I couldn't remember how many there were, but it turns out to be 77 things you can do when you are feeling like you want to. The book literally says the devotional act of loving ourselves as a practice. So these are 77 things listed in this book. It's one of my favorite parts about this book, but I'm going to tell you a lot more great things about this particular book. So it's, pages of things you can do, like add something beautiful to your office or light a candle that smells good. Gently squeeze and massage the area around your eyebrows for 2 minutes. Really, really practical stuff. And pull a card from an oracle deck, which is why this card is here. And this is right now, if I had to say, if someone said to me, what is your very favorite metaphysical book? I would have to pick this book. It's called The Seven Queendoms, a SoulMap for Embodying Sacred Feminine Sovereignty by Rima Bonario. This is by far my most picked up resource. It's a resource, not just a read. Of course, I read it the minute I got it, but I'm always resourcing it because it is a phenomenal book. It has these beautiful pieces of art, so beautiful that they're featured even in an oracle deck. The oracle deck is wisdom of the divine feminine. I'm not going to review that deck, but I'm just saying that that's the oracle cards that are sort of, they're not correlating, but they do have the cover of the book is actually in that deck. And she goes through the archetypes of the chakras, and she has an imbalance and an out of balance for each chakra. And there's just this amazingly beautiful artwork. This is the root chakra. I mean, how beautiful is that? She goes into things. This is like the grounded queen, but the opposite would also be here. She's got beautiful imagery. The book is a tad on the expensive side and worth every penny. In fact, I have probably bought this book 5 or 6 times over. I bought the book, I gave it away at least 3 times, so much so that I had to have the author, I ended up having the author sign it for me the last time I got it, and that way I won't give it away. So this one's a signed copy, but I really like the printed book because of its beauty, because of its texture. It's tactile. It's printed by Flower of Life Press, another amazing company. And this, each section is juicy. Every single area. This section is part 2, the path of feminine embodiment. It's powerful. It goes through each chakra. It goes through practices, going deeper. I think this is maybe one of the sort of overlooked areas of the book, but there's actually a section on how to move through things that you're working on here on page 132. Not getting leads, so you're over giving. Then you go into taking, then demanding, then rejection, then earning, then longing. So it then gives you very practical, passionate ways to work through it. I'm going to give this book a 4-star review. I have it on Kindle. That way I can have it when I'm traveling as a resource. It tells you what oils to use for each chakra. It tells you what the challenges are. So for example, the archetype might be the warrior or the heroine, and this is the sacral chakra. But the shadow queen is the beheaded queen. Not enough. The cutthroat, I'm sorry, this isn't the sacral, this is the throat chakra. The beheaded queen is not enough. The cutthroat chakra is too much. But when we're in our power, when we're in our empowered queen, we are speaking our truth kindly and lovingly with our message. So I'm going to give this book a total of 5 stars. I'm going to literally say, if I were going to tell you to get one book right now, and especially if you're a woman, and especially if you're an energy worker, get this particular book. And if you love this, let me know, and I'll review some more books. But first book on the book review list is The Seven Queendoms, 5 out of 5. And I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and go live some magic in a full embodied way.